middle of the vast steppe, where the wind blows endlessly and the vast sky embraces the land, the sound of horse hooves resounds like the beat of war drums, tearing apart the silence. On horseback, the children of the steppe, the nomadic warriors of Mongolia, are not only survivors but also conquerors, hunters, and brave warriors. They have dominated the world not only by strength but also by harmony with nature. But how did they do it? Let's explore their mysterious life. When mentioning Mongolia, we cannot help but mention the image of strong horsemen with invincible courage. But their life is not only limited to battles. It is the life of people who have learned to live in harmony with harsh nature, turning the cold and arid steppe into their homeland. They live in yurts, traditional tents, constantly moving from place to place according to the season, in search of food for their livestock and families. During the journey to explore the life and culture of the nomadic Mongol warriors, you will learn how they survive, their unique rituals, and what makes them brave and invincible in battle. Imagine yourself following the nomadic troops on the vast grasslands under the blue sky of Mongolia. The wonders of nomadic culture will gradually open up before your eyes. The life of the nomadic Mongols is not simply adventures on horseback. Behind it is a complexly structured society, tightly organized and bound by kinship and duty. The Mongols have long lived according to the tribal system, where each family member has a clear role. The family is the basic unit of Mongolian society, but each family is part of a larger community called a region. Both the family and the region are responsible for caring for each other, sharing resources, and defending their territory. Mongols live in yurts, round tents made of wood and sheep's wool. Although compact, yurts are meticulously designed to withstand the harsh weather of the Mongolian steppe. In winter, when temperatures can drop to minus 30 degrees Celsius, yurts become warm shelters, keeping families safe from the ravages of nature. The tight-knit social structure and simple but efficient lifestyle help the nomadic Mongols not only survive but thrive on the vast steppe, where nature does not make it easy for humans to survive. What made the Mongol warriors such great conquerors in history? From the mystery of the bow and arrow to the mastery of horsemanship, these warriors defeated most of the largest empires of their time. The Mongols were famous for their agile cavalry and indomitable fighting spirit. The Mongol warriors were not only good at horse riding, but were also thoroughly trained from a young age in the use of bows and arrows. What was special was that they had the ability to shoot arrows accurately while riding at high speed. Their fighting tactics relied on mobility, quick attacks and retreats, and clever camouflage. The commander of these armies, Genghis Khan, was the one who changed military tactics by using fast communication systems and organizing the army into small units for flexibility in combat. This allowed the Mongol army to easily move and control the large lands they conquered. The Mongol warriors were not only good at fighting skills, but also thanks to their smart tactics and ability to adapt to any situation. This helped them build one of the largest empires in human history. Living nomadically means never staying in one place for too long. But why did the Mongols choose this way of life? Was it nature that dictated their lives from birth? The Mongols moved with the seasons and with the natural resources. The vast steppes of Mongolia were home to millions of herds of livestock, horses, goats, sheep, and cows. The Mongol tribes lived by herding, hunting, and gathering. Every year in the spring, the Mongols moved north, where the grass was green and lush for their livestock. In the winter, they returned south, where it was warmer and the water did not freeze. Nature dictated everything, from how they lived when they traveled to how they built their houses and grew their crops. The nomadic lifestyle is not just a choice, but a great adaptation to the harsh environment. The Mongols live in harmony with nature, and it is this closeness that helps them survive and thrive on the cold steppe. The Mongols' special rituals and beliefs not only help them bond with each other, but also serve as a way for them to communicate with nature and the universe. One of the most important elements in the spiritual life of the Mongols is shamanism. The Mongols believe in the existence of spirits in nature and their ancestors. Spiritual rituals performed by shamans help them communicate with these spirits. Nyadam, Mongolia's biggest traditional festival, is an occasion for the Mongols to celebrate their core values: strength, courage, and skill. The festival includes three traditional sports: archery, horse racing, and wrestling. Rituals and beliefs are the way Mongolians show respect for nature, their ancestors, and their culture. They are also an important factor in helping them bond with their community and maintain their nomadic lifestyle for generations. Mongolian culture is not only famous for its conquests and battles, but also clearly expressed through its unique traditional art, music, and culture. Mongolians have a rich culture, including many unique art forms. Their traditional music often uses instruments such as the morin khur, two-string lute, and shanz lute, creating deep melodies that reflect their love of nature and nomadic life. These pieces of music are often accompanied by songs that tell about the daily life, legends, and history of the Mongolians. Folklore is also very developed, with many stories and legends passed down from generation to generation. These stories often tell of heroes, adventures, and moral lessons. One of the most famous characters in Mongolian literature is Genghis Khan, who is considered a symbol of courage and wisdom. In addition, handicrafts such as weaving, embroidery, and woodworking are also preserved and developed. Mongolians often use rich patterns and bright colors to create handicrafts, from traditional costumes to decorative objects in the home. The traditional arts and culture of the Mongolians not only enrich their spiritual life, but also contribute to preserving their cultural identity through many generations. These works of art reflect the soul and spirit of a people who always turn to nature and their ancestors. Although nomadic life offers many beauties and freedoms, Mongolians also face many challenges in the modern world. Over the past decades, economic development and urbanization have posed many difficulties for the lives of Mongolians. Many nomadic tribes have had to move to big cities in search of work, leaving behind their traditional way of life. This has led to the loss of culture and traditional values that they have preserved for centuries. In addition, climate change is also a major challenge for Mongolians. Extreme weather and natural phenomena such as droughts and snowstorms have directly affected their livelihoods. Many have witnessed the decline of their livestock, and the search for food has become more difficult than ever. In addition, with the rise of technology, young Mongolians are gradually moving away from traditional cultural values. They often choose urban lifestyles rather than continuing to preserve their ethnic identity. Although nomadic life offers many beauties and freedoms, Mongolians are currently facing many challenges in preserving their culture and livelihoods in the modern context. Will nomadic life still exist in the future? What will Mongolian nomadic warriors do to preserve their cultural identity? In the modern context, many Mongolians are looking to combine traditional nomadic lifestyles with modern elements to develop. Some tribes have begun to apply sustainable farming methods and environmental protection to ensure a source of income for future generations. They also use technology to connect and share their culture with the outside world. In addition, many NGOs and the Mongolian government are working to preserve nomadic cultural values. Education and training programs to raise awareness of Mongolian culture and traditions are being implemented to help the younger generation understand and be proud of their roots. Cultural tourism activities are also developing, helping visitors explore the life and culture of the Mongolian people. This not only creates a source of income for the people, but also contributes to preserving and promoting traditional cultural values. The future of Mongolian nomadic tribes lies in their own hands. If they know how to combine tradition and modernity, preserve cultural identity in the new era, they can continue to exist and develop, preserving their unique cultural beauty for future generations. Today, when the world is changing rapidly with modern technology and urbanization, what challenges are the lives of Mongolian nomadic tribes facing? Although the nomadic lifestyle is still popular in Mongolia, the changes of the modern world have begun to affect their lives. Climate change, with harsher winters and more powerful sandstorms, is threatening the natural resources that Mongolians depend on. In addition, the growth of large cities like Ulaanbaatar has reduced grasslands and increased pressure on tribes to adapt to modern life. Many Mongolians have abandoned their traditional nomadic lifestyle and migrated to cities where they work in modern industries. However, this has also caused them to lose their connection to nature and their ancestral culture. Mongolia's nomadic life is facing major changes in the modern age. However, many Mongolians continue to struggle to preserve their traditional culture and way of life, finding ways to reconcile tradition and modernity. Thank you for joining us on this journey to explore Mongolia, the land of nomadic warriors. If you want to learn more about unique cultures and life in remote places around the world, don't forget to watch the next video on life in the Arctic. How do they survive in the ice? Stay tuned to the channel so you don't miss any interesting stories.